So one day it happens to you. Open your door and you sit down in your car, ready to go to work, when all of a sudden you put the key in the car. And it starts. That was not supposed to happen, and I don't really know how that happened. But let's suppose you put your key in and the car doesn't crank. God damn it. The car did not do that all of yesterday, at all. But let's suppose this happens to you. What this car was doing, which is somehow fixed itself, but I'm still gonna do the repair. You put in your key, you turn the car, but it's not cranking over. And you don't really hear any noises at all, no clicking or grinding coming from the engine bay. So you go and you pop your hood looking for the cause. So start with the simplest stuff first. When you get in your car, is your lights coming on? You have electricity? Is stuff like your AC coming on, but the car is not cranking? That means your battery is good. If you're not getting any power, your battery is bad. That's pretty simple. But what can be the issue is this little guy. This box right here. This is called a starting solenoid. And these are very bad to go out, especially on older cars. You can see all the electronic gadgets hooked into it. So this particular starting solenoid, I think, should be bad. The way you can check this is take yourself a piece of wire and jump from this bolt to this bolt. That will complete the circuit, sending power down to your starter. Again, this really wasn't supposed to start. If you put your car in neutral and bridge these two wires and your car starts, congratulations, you found the issue. And I'll demonstrate. Oh, and you got to have your key in the car. I should add that, but I will demonstrate what I mean. Put your car keys in, turn it on. If your car is a stick shift, make sure you are in fact in neutral. Turn off any gadgets may be running. Get yourself a piece of wire, and this is the new starting solenoid. Touch one and then, see, I didn't hold it for longer, but if you held it for longer, the car would start. So you can see though, causes the vehicle to begin running. Now if this is fixture issue, that should be enough to get you home, but you need to drive by an auto parts store. I got this one just at an Advanced Auto, and pick you up a new starting solenoid. This cost me, about 20 bucks or so. They're really not that expensive at all. And you get a brand new starter, the nuts you'll need, except for maybe mounting it to the vehicle, and you'll get some documentation and all that if you need it. So from here, things are pretty straightforward. Begin by taking the electricity off your car, just so you're not working with live voltage. And remove a battery terminal from your car. Make sure the big battery terminal isn't touching anything, and now the battery is not supplying voltage to the car. There's gonna be a bunch of stuff plugged into this solenoid, and you need to know what the things are. So what I'm gonna begin by doing is taking out my new solenoid, mounting it in the same sort of way, and these seem to actually be slightly different. All you should really need to work on this is just a set of wrenches, or even just some strip balls. One size, and loosen that up. And now we're gonna do something. This is optional, but it could be very handy depending on how many wires you've got. So there's a bunch of stuff plugged into the positive one on mine, right? So I'm gonna grab everything connected to it in one hand and remove the nut. And I'm gonna work to take all of them off. You basically want some way to organize these. I don't want to do black tape after thinking for a second. I'd rather run a zip tie up through all of the holes like such. There's all the positive stuff put together. To the other terminal. Okay. Backing the nuts off. And this one seems to only have one connector, and that's the only thing connected to this. So we'll pull off this connector, comes off the threads there. Now my particular one has two small 8mm bolts holding the coil to the body of the car. So now we'll just straight remove the coil. Now all you basically got to do is line it up. Simply take the new one. This bottom screw, for me at least, will not be used. Just move some crap out of your way. Get the bolt started. Come over here. This bolt started, and now we're gonna take off. We're gonna take off our positive nut. Now we're just gonna organize them. We're gonna put the biggest, thickest, most important wire down around the bottom. Mounts over that. They don't have the best connection there. I think they're slightly different threads, so I might end up cutting this end off and putting a little circle one on like all the others. Get it down on there. I'm gonna leave the crush washer on this one because I got no good reason not to. So now nothing on this is really tightened down yet, but everything is plugged in. So what this means, we can take our positive lead of our battery, replace it onto the car. Getting your car with the new coil installed. Don't know why my car's been doing that lately, but I have to hold it wide open throttle to get her chooching. But the point of the video isn't to go over other problems of this car. Whew. And then we're just gonna go tighten all the little things we had to untighten. You might want to crack the garage door if you plan on living another few years. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.